you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have white and green asparagus, so one versus the other. So this is kind of an asparagus battle here. I love to get white asparagus. Every time I find them, I have to grab them because they're so rare to come by. A lot of people actually have never seen them before. But anyway, white asparagus is basically the same as green asparagus, except they never see the light of day. So they are grown without the sunlight, which gives the vegetable what's called chlorophyll and that green color. They're just as nutrient, except again, they're just not green. So the first thing we're going to do is get our setup going for our white asparagus, where I start off by toasting up some pine nuts. The pine nuts being roasted in a hot pan, no oil, nothing in it. Just brings out the flavor and gets them the aromas exuding from those nuts, and it's beautiful. We then got some parsley and chopped that up, added in some minced garlic, and now you see half of the lemon zest. So then I'm just marrying those flavors together, and in a bowl I'm going to add that with the pine nuts and mix. And this is a mixture that's going to finish our white asparagus, and we add that to the side and save for later. All right, so now for both these dishes, I am using a Hollandaise sauce. So I cracked in some egg yolks here, seasoned with some salt and pepper, and we're going to then add some lemon juice, a little bit of a splash of a hot sauce here, and then we're going to add some Dijon mustard. And in that blender, we're going to blend it. So I'm making the Hollandaise sauce. You have to drizzle in hot butter. So it's blending here, and I'm open the top to pour in that hot butter to emulsify and make our sauce. As you'll see here, be careful if you're going to do this and open a blender while it's blending. If it's not controlled, it will splatter everywhere. But I'm pretty much a pro at that. All right, so now we're going to get into our asparagus. So now we're cooking the white asparagus here with some olive oil. So we're seasoning this with olive oil, butter, salt and pepper, and fresh garlic. So I added in some butter here and allowing that to melt and get fully coated, and then mincing in some fresh garlic. With this one, I'm going to season with salt and white pepper. White pepper is a lighter colored pepper, where you can't see it in the like a black pepper flake. I did the white pepper specifically for the white asparagus because they're white. You don't want black on your white, clearly. But I also added a little bit of water. When you're searing or sauteing, the oils get low and it seems like it's sticking. Add a little bit of water. It creates steam and helps the process for it to cook further through. That's now being removed and placed on a plate for later. And then I'm going to start my plating process. So I got a little bit of the Hollandaise sauce that I just made in the blender. And then I take some of the asparagus here and place it right on top of that sauce. And then this, I drizzled a little bit more on top. This one is a real kind of Hollandaise saucy kind of meal. And then I'm gonna get some prosciutto. So this is like a thin cut slice of cured bacon. I love prosciutto. I eat it in almost everything. So I have the prosciutto here, and then here comes the topping that we made earlier, the parsley, pine nuts, lemon, and garlic. And then I got some edible flowers and beautifully garnished this dish. This is more of like a bougie sort of brunch idea. Super easy, nice, gorgeous. Now, in that same skillet I cooked my white asparagus, we're jumping right into our green asparagus here. Doing the same process, adding in some fresh garlic. We're going to season that up with some salt and pepper. I use black pepper here. You can use white pepper, whichever is your choice. I use black pepper here. And then saute that up. And as before, once it starts to get a little thickened at the bottom, add a little water. Let that create steam and continue your cooking process. And once those are removed, remove them. And we're going to now plate this up as well. I didn't do Hollandaise sauce on this one. I just actually forgot. It wasn't intentional. But I laid down my asparagus like I did my white asparagus here. I did do a good heaping of the sauce drizzled on top. a little bit more than I did the white asparagus because I did some at the bottom of the white asparagus. All right, and then with this one, I bought a piece of cured smoked salmon. It's already pre-made. You can do cured salmon as well. And placed a few pieces scattered on top here with some fresh tomato. And I garnished with a little bit of dill on top of the tomato. And that one was a little bit of a headache right there. But got the fresh dill on there. And then I garnished this, well actually, excuse me, we go with the egg. I did a soft boiled egg for this one. So I carefully boil it for just a few, like 6 minutes, to let the inside just be a little bit more of a soft boil. It's almost yolky, but it's solid, but it's yolky, if that makes sense. Put in some fresh black pepper, garnish with an edible flower, and a microgreen, just to give it a little pop of color, and there you go. So which one do you think that I choose? Comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.